I'm already caught goofing around on camera, man. I was gonna try to make this like look all regal and stuff like that, and bring you in a special announcement from the office of the Zoloft. You know, try to make it look all official and stuff like that. Screw that. I ain't gonna do it. It's too late for me to do it anyway. Y'all, I was gonna wait, you know, to the end of the week. You know, I try to produce a Zoloft video, you know, at least by Friday of every week. And this right here, this is a little bit of an emergency. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a live stream on this. I like to, you know, just give my thoughts, man, and then cut the stuff down to size and then serve it up, you know, because I can ramble on for days about this sort of stuff. Now I don't want to do that. But this right here, it just, you know, this stuff kind of stuff, I guess it just needs attention a little bit more expeditiously. So I'm seeing trending on the Twitter this Trump meltdown that people are having. And thank you guys so much for y'all who are showing up to check out my live stream. Man, okay. The Trump meltdown, this Trump press conference that the trolls are having a frenzy over. It's like, ooh, Trump melted down. I'm going to tell Twitter on you. And so they all get on Twitter and they're having their little party like a bunch of coyotes out there yipping and hollering, you know, over what it is that they're trying to kill or kill him. So the meltdown is over Trump saying that he has his authority is total. That's what they're freaking out on, right? His authority is total. And not only are they freaking out because they say, or because he said his authority is total, but because, you know, he says, okay, that's enough. Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, how dare you, Trump? How dare you speak to me in the matter? Oh, my goodness. It's like these people are so thin skinned and so emotionally troubled and fragile that if Trump raises his voice just a little bit and just, hey, hold on. You guys do understand, you know, that I'm kind of here at your behest. I'm doing you a favor by talking to you. Right. You guys want to know the truth? You know, it's like, because when you have Democrats and stuff like that, and you got this deep state or stuff, and Democrats want to have their own secret meetings and stuff like that, but Trump is like, look, man, you know, you guys do have the right to get information. And I show you guys a heck of a lot more courtesy than the Democrats do. And I'm going to see, and I'm going to talk to you. And I'm going to try to let you guys, I'm going to square this stuff up with you. But if we're going to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. You accusatory witch who is sitting there just trying to talk just to hear herself talk. You don't want to hear nothing I got to say. You don't want to hear me. This is what you want to hear. You want to hear yourself talk. Being the accusatory witch that you are, what's her name? Miss Reed, whatever her name is. And what you want to see is the accolades that you're going to get on Twitter by acting like a petulant child, getting all your Twitter accolades. That's what you want. That's all you're after. That's all you're after. That, other than that, this stuff doesn't mean anything to you. So Twitter is going off. That might look good, don't it? All right. Anyway, you can get one. Twitter is going off and liberals are going off on this sort of stuff, you know, because based on that, because Trump had the audacity to raise his voice to somebody who was already raising his voice, their voice to him. Now, y'all, I want you to understand this. You got liberals out there who are constantly talking about the respect for the office of the president and how even a president should have respect for the office himself. And according to them, Trump has no respect for the office. He's got no respect for the office of the presidency and stuff like that. Meanwhile, look at how they behave towards the president who occupies the office that they claim to have so much reverence for. Right? The state is God to liberals. But at the same time, you can see how liberals are very selective about what they view as authority. Sometimes they respect it, sometimes they don't. But at the same time, but they're going to sit there and act like, you know, they've got all this respect for the office of the president, but look how they treat the president. Remember, y'all, throughout history, when presidents were assassinated or attempted assassination, it was always left-wingers. You could go through history and look at all that. They're the ones who always lack the respect for the office of the president that they claim everybody should have. Total hypocrites, total contradiction right there. And you're seeing these people applaud how this person is going after the president. And if they're going to go after the president with all this respect that they say that they have or that you should have for the office of the president, just think about how they're going to treat you and think about how they've treated you. And y'all don't even see it because you're duped. You're duped by the left-wing media, news and entertainment media, education system, everything that's out there that has a position of influence. The people are suckered by that. And they're under a spell, a satanic spell. with these people, and they cannot tell bitter from sweet. They can't tell light from dark. They can't tell any of it. They're totally backwards concerning it all, y'all. So Trump, addressing this woman, and really could have lost this. I mean, really could have put this woman in her place. But just because, hey, he says enough. All right, you're wasting time here. Just because he says that, that's a meltdown. Seriously, liberals. I mean, y'all are so emotionally. I mean, you want to talk about snowflakes. You want to talk about snowflakes. You call that a meltdown because Trump said enough? Dang. Y'all some sissies, man, for real. Y'all are some snowflake and sissies if I've ever seen one. Y'all gonna go to Twitter over that? That's the big meltdown because Trump said, yo, enough. Look here, little girl. You trying to get some answers. Go ahead, let me respond to you. But you ain't trying to get answers. You just trying to hear yourself talk. You trying to get some praises for CNN, and you trying to get some praises for yourself. That's all this is about. Everything that you guys are, you liberals are so inconsistent. You guys have been fighting me on building the wall, but I've been trying to secure the borders since the get-go. You guys have been wanting to get me impeached for that. And now you guys are trying to tell me that I haven't acted fast enough to secure the borders. That's what you guys are going to try to pull? You guys going to try to call me a racist because I imposed a travel ban and make sure that this stuff ain't coming into the nation? You guys going to call me a racist for that? And you're going to turn around and tell me that I acted too slow? Seriously? But look at all the avenues and the arteries of influence that the liberals have, y'all, to promote this lie. As the saying goes, the truth is still putting on its shoes while the lie has gotten up and run around the world. All right? We conservatives, what are we doing? We in the liberals' backyard trying to state our case. We haven't established the mediums to get out there and promote truth. We ain't got the search engines. We don't have the social media. We don't have the news and entertainment industry. We don't have any of that. So anyway, y'all, but before I even get into all that, I want to discuss what it means for the president to, somebody said my audio is only on the left side. Dang it. Well, you know what? If my audio is only coming out on the left side, that means that the left wingers definitely need to hear it. And I hope that this won't be too much of an imposition, because y'all, I'll tell you, I test this stuff and the devil just gets in it and just messes with it. It is what it is. I just got to work with what I got. But I thank you for the heads up. Let's just keep on trucking. Here's the thing about Trump saying that his authority is total. Y'all, this is what, and left wingers haven't liked this, especially when it comes to Republicans, ever since Lincoln. Okay? Democrats haven't liked it ever since Lincoln. This is how this works, y'all. This is how this works. States' rights does not mean that a state has the right to infringe on other people's rights. I don't care how right you think you are. I don't care how well-meaning you think that the policy is. You do not have the right. Even in the name of protection, you don't have the right to infringe on other people's God-given rights. Now, there is a measure, a measured response from the state, whether it's the state or whether it's the federal government, to do what it's supposed to do, what it does in the scope of the Constitution to protect its citizens. But when your protection crosses a line to where even your protections are just as much of a detriment to the thing that you're protecting people from, then you have to refer back to the people's rights. Okay, so now if you're in a state and the government has taken the measures to impose on your rights, in this case, the right is your right to pursue happiness. Y'all, we gotta work. We have the right to pursue happiness. We have the right to get out there and pursue property that we can own as individuals. We have the right to do that. The state doesn't have the right to put us in a position to where we can lose our stuff, where we can lose our livelihood, lose our career, lose our homes, lose our cars and stuff like that. The government doesn't have the right to do that if the position to do that is just as bad as the thing that the government is supposed to be protecting us from. You feel me? Okay, so now if a state is going to do that and compromise the well-being of the people, even under the name of protection, the president of the United States has the right to come in and say, look, in opposition to the supreme law of the land, I, as a chief law enforcement officer of the United States, do have the right to come in and supersede your authority and say, I'm going to restore the right to the people in your state. Do you understand? The president has the right to do that. That's their job. All right, All you got is for these liberals out there who claim that they are so constitutionally literate. They're way off base. They're trying to accuse Trump of abusing his authority. You know what a abuse of power looks like? Abuse of power is exemplified in the press. The press has abused the power of freedom of the press and have taken the liberties to be a slanderous industry. That's all they do. The press, yeah, you have the right to get out there and to get information. You have the right to get out there and promote the truth, but you're not promoting truth. And you do have the right, and we do have the right to question you on that. And, we have the right to tell you to shut up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, we have the right to say, hey, enough is enough. You need to pump your brakes because you're spreading chaos. You're not any good to the country. You've abused your power. It's power to the people. Yeah. The people have the right to speak up, but you're taking liberties with liberty. And with doing that, you're depriving other people of liberty. You're depriving people of the truth. That's what they're doing. And in this election year, oh man, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's like you can see, it's like they're using the coronavirus right now as a tool, y'all. It's a campaign tool while accusing Trump of using it as a campaign tool. So, how they're getting away with this, of course, this is some supernatural demonic stuff is how they're getting away with doing it. The devil is the prince and the power of the air. And they're being able to get away with doing it. So, as it is right now, I know conservatives right now, we're concerned about, the economic shutdown. Y'all, this was, man, it's like a perfect storm. A perfect storm. All the stuff that liberals have been saying is going to destroy everything. You don't hear about that stuff anymore. I'm pretty sure you might have picked up on it. You might have picked up on that. We don't hear so much about climate change. Well, they'll try to tie the coronavirus into climate change. I'm even hearing now that coronavirus can be passed on through farts. So, whatever. All right, that's science. But it's like, do you hear about shootings anymore? Right? You don't hear about shootings. Shootings aren't going to be the thing that they're going to bring against Trump to make more gun policy and stuff like that. You're not hearing so much about climate change right now. This big threat to the planet. No, the thing that's going to kill us now is the coronavirus, and it's all Trump's fault. You can see how this stuff is just staged. It's so convoluted. It's so obvious, right? It's so obvious what it is that they're doing. Unfortunately, I mean, and it should be that obvious. But y'all, I'm telling you, man, it's almost like the only way to explain it. You could try to explain it with psychology. You could, it's in whatever kind of study of the mind that you want to do. And when you look at it, it's like, dude, how could you actually be that blind? How could you be that blind? That's supernatural. That's demonic stuff. You got this witch in the press conference accusing, just dropping accusations to make her daddy Satan proud. That's all it's about, y'all. And how this was set up, y'all, it's like a perfect storm. What's Trump gonna do? What do you do? I mean, we can hindsight 2020 and Monday morning quarterback this all day. Oh, I knew that the virus was no big deal. I knew that dude, we could do that all day long. I could do it. You could do it, whichever. All right. But what's Trump supposed to do? Am I supposed to say, obvious, because we see what's happening. They're trying to accuse Trump of not acting quick enough and trying to accuse him of calling this a hoax, trying to say it was no big deal. Right. You can see how they're already trying to do this. And they're doing it. They're doing it. All right. Or here's your choices, y'all. Trump can either go with protecting the health of the people, or he can go with protecting the wealth of the people. Those are the two options. Which complication are we going to go with? Given the information that people have access to, you see that the left-wing media is everywhere. They're everywhere, and they're going to be on the front line. You go to the search engines, everything from the left-wing media is going to come up. They're everywhere. TV, internet, the radio, they're everywhere. That's the information that people are going to get to first. All right, so what's Trump supposed to do? People are going to be given all this news about people dying from coronavirus and stuff like that. They're not going to be able to, it's like, dude, people are trying to work. They're trying to make a living. They have a nominal degree of access to the information when people are just trying to make ends meet, man. And when you hear people are like in Italy and stuff like that, people are dying. What are we supposed to do? You know, so people are going to say, hey, man, the least we can do, okay, we'll do this. We'll make sure that we're not in proximities with each other to transmit diseases and stuff like that. If we can do the 6 feet distance thing, fine. Wear a mask, fine. Okay, we'll do that. We'll try to meet you halfway. And then, of course, you know, it starts to become this overstep, dumb oversteps, right? Letting people out of prison, not arresting people, but at the same time, you're going to go to a church. You know, and then by doing that, you're going to get in the way of your own ordinances of social distancing, not letting people get. Some people are getting harassed and going to church for even being in their cars. You know, it's like for a second, I'm with you. It's like, okay, we just want to protect the people. Okay, but this is a little bit much. All right. And the thing is, y'all, so what's Trump supposed to do? So Trump has got to balance. He's got to balance protecting the health of the people and protecting the wealth of the people. Which one's it gonna be? It's such a fine line, y'all. And yo, hey, the Godspeed to Trump. Because man, he definitely could have lost his cool on it, but he hasn't. Okay, and he's not up there trying to pretend to be the expert and all this sort of stuff. He lets you know, look, man, I'm trying to surround myself with the best, the scientists, the experts, and stuff like this. And I let you know. And then I'm the one, after delegating this stuff, I'm the one who's got to make the ultimate decision on it, right? Aside from God giving me the insight that I need, and thank God that Trump is like, look, man, I know that there's a power higher than me. His name is God, and His Son is Jesus Christ. Thank God for that. And I see, and I'm open to His counsel on this. You know, it's that gives me a lot of confidence. You know, that's right. That's what we need to hear, not just what we want to hear. That's what we need to hear. That's what's needed. So, in doing that. What's it going to be, y'all? What's it going to be? Protect the health of the nation or protect the wealth of the nation? Either way, the Democrats are going to try to find fault with either. This is a perfect storm, y'all. And they're using this to come against Trump, Republicans, and America. Doing it, right? All under the name of being against what God Himself and what God has blessed us with. That's what it comes down to. So, for conservatives, well, you know, how are we supposed to examine this? I mean, come on, man. Like I said, all of us, we can play experts after the fact. But what do we do? You know, how is this supposed to play out? Trump just go ahead and say, no, go ahead and leave everything open. You know, we've dealt with millions getting the flu. We've dealt with hundreds of thousands of people dying. Okay, yeah, we've dealt with that. And we've kept the doors open. Do you want a repeat of that? I mean, would it satisfy conservatives to say, oh, well, you know, so what if another 60 million people get the coronavirus? So what, right? So what if 100,000 people die? So there's no reason to close everything down. Right? Like I said, y'all, we don't want a repeat of that. And given the information that people had, that we have access to, what were we supposed to do, right? I don't think, and now people say, you know, as the stats go, it took 3 years for us to get to where we were, to get the economic boom that we had and all that sort of stuff. And it only took 3 weeks to tear it down. Y'all, it took 3 years for Trump and the work that his administration has been doing to get the economy back on track after 8 years, 8+ years. Okay, because this even started in Bush's time, right? From Bush through Obama, a lot of damage has been done. And Godspeed to Trump for getting these things squared up. Okay, so now if it only took 3 weeks, that's 3 weeks worth of damage. Trump and his administration has recovered folks from over 8 years worth of damage. You know how much damage has been done in 8+ years? Okay, 3 weeks, be all right. You know, I wouldn't worry about that too much. Okay, but as far as the Democrats go, y'all, they're gonna be using this all the way through the election, y'all. But right, like I said, y'all, which complication would you have preferred? The complication of Trump saying, no, we're going to keep everything open and all the states should keep everything open. And we want to make sure that we keep the economy growing and thriving and stuff like that. Trump and us Republicans would have just been accused of being a bunch of capitalistic profit before people pigs. That's all. And they would have used that. And people would have been dying and they would have used that. And people are still going to die. And Democrats are still going to use that. That ain't going to stop. So which one do we choose? Conservatives, choose the people or choose the profits? Choose the health or choose the wealth? Which one? Because Democrats are going to exploit both. I think economically, yes, we can recover from this. Lives, you don't get those back until Jesus comes back and brings everybody back. Okay, so that's not in Trump's hands. So if Trump, and no matter what, y'all, even if it was 3 people who died, they gonna hold that against Trump, and they're gonna play that 3 people. That's 3 people too many. It is, but the Democrats are gonna exploit that to no end, y'all. That's what we're up against. What matters more to you, health or wealth? You know, looking back on it, it's I don't think it was that bad of a decision to say, hey, you know what? Let's now, in terms of like making it like this law, I think for the people, I think it should have been, you know, very encouraged to the people. Say, hey, you know what? Let's space each other out for a bit. Let's just space, you know, get some distance for a minute. I think the people should have taken the responsibility to do that. I don't think we need a heavy-handed government for that. I think in places, you know, where it was hot for the coronavirus, it's like, look, man, y'all obviously just got a dirty lifestyle, okay? And maybe you guys, you're just undisciplined. Maybe you do need the nanny state to come in and mother you and keep you guys away from each other. But in other states, man, obviously that wasn't necessary. Given the information that people have, okay? There's the information, y'all, there's so much hidden about it. It's like, do you really want to gamble with that? It's okay to take some safety precautions. All right, it's not a bad thing. Y'all, the economy can recover from this. People's health, that's something totally different. You know, we can play stats all we want about who died from what, the flu. This is like, man, this is another thing on the block. Do you want another thing to come in and be a compromise to the people's health? And you want to add to the death toll just because you want to mitigate by saying, well, other people died from this. It's like, yo, man, let's not do that. All right. The people's health should be the most important, and people should take the responsibility on themselves. We shouldn't have the government come in and tell us how to behave with our health. You know, but we see people out there, you know, even when this stuff started, you got spring breakers out there. They didn't care. Right. You get people out there messing with public stuff, licking doorknobs, licking toilet seats, licking ice cream and all that sort of stuff. And they don't care. Doing it for the YouTube fame. And liberals want to act like this is Trump's idea when it's most likely their voters who can't behave themselves and can't conduct themselves, helping spread this stuff around. The places where this stuff is hottest is the places that Democrats run. It's right there in black and white for people to see, but, you know, everybody doesn't see them. But Trump is a lot more visible, so why not blame him? And, you know, he's a Republican. And most importantly, you know, he acknowledges God. So, y'all, even right now, I don't know. You know, I'm not going to try to play doctor. You know, with the coronavirus, I don't know the potential for its mutation. I don't know what if you had it before. I don't know how it can come back. You know, like I hear that, you know, chicken pox, you get chicken pox and that can come back as shingles. Sometimes this stuff comes back, you know, herpes. you can get a flare of herpes. You know, this stuff happens. I don't know what the future of coronavirus is. And I certainly hope that this ain't going to be like some yearly thing where the government is going to use this as an excuse to try to infringe upon people. Like right now, it's like when we're talking about some sort of card, a vaccination card, even that's dubious because vaccinations, do we really have a vaccine for any of this stuff? Right. And going to have people having to have like credentials to say that they've been vaccinated. Oh, okay. You know, and what's your reward or what's the sanctions on that? Do we want to allow the people to be opened up to this kind of government overreach? Come on, man. You know, and a lot of this is because it's not. I'm gonna actually throw the government a bone here. It's not all the government's fault, because you got a lot of people out there who are just knuckleheads who just give the invitation for government to come in and make this overreach because people don't know how to act right. People just don't act right. Too many of them do. It's not everybody, but too many. And then that's when the government takes that as an excuse if they got to overstep stuff. All right. So it's enough blame to go around, y'all. Definitely enough blame to go around. And let me see. Hold up. I'm seeing some. Yep. Some people got some good feedback going on up in here. Thank you guys for coming in and weighing in. If I read your stuff, if I read it, I'll derail, man. So just bear with me, as I just try to, get this off my chest. And let's see. Like I said, man, I wanted to wait until the end of the week to go ahead and put this up in the Zoloft, but this is hot like right now. And I don't want to let the liberals get away with this, just kind of speak my piece. I'm pretty sure that you guys don't either. Combat this, y'all. They're trying to say that Trump has assumed that the office of the president, him in office, is total authority. Y'all, they're overlooking the scope of what that means. They're just trying to say that he's and here's the funny thing is that Democrats love dictators. They love dictators, right? Castro, you got Bernie out there who loves Castro. They love the president of Venezuela, and they love these people. They love dictators, right? They love so-called revolutionaries who end up with regimes of tyranny. They love these people. But Trump, all of a sudden, right? Dictator, because he says that the authority of the president is total. I'll remind y'all, the president is the chief law enforcement officer of the United States. And if a state is compromising the right of the people, no matter how well-meaning that governor is, they're compromising the rights of the American people. That is their right to pursue happiness, because that's what's happening with this lockdown. It is an encroachment. It is an infringement on our right to pursue happiness. It threatens our right to have property, to gain property. It threatens our livelihoods. And if a governor is not going to lax on that, the chief law enforcement of the United States, the president, has the total authority to come in and say, yo, governor, back off. You're infringing on the people's rights against the supreme law of the land. So Trump wasn't wrong, okay? And these liberals, these Democrats have never understood that, never, right? So, don't let them get away with this, man. Don't take to Twitter. Of course, Twitter is like, I can't, this right here, what I'm saying right now, this is probably, I'll be lucky if 50 people see it on Twitter, right? Hardly anybody gonna see it, but chances are they'll see you, right? Get on there and let them know, man. Let them know that they're reading the Constitution wrong. And they don't understand. And they're the ones who are agents of oppression and agents of infringing upon people's rights. They're the ones. All right. So anyway, y'all, just wanted to, I'll still try to put out a video, and hopefully I won't have to reiterate all this stuff. Maybe there'll be some new stuff. Hopefully it won't be stuff that's so much of a drag. It's hard to make this stuff funny, man. I'm telling you. I'm not a comedian, but it's hard to make this stuff funny. I try to make it funny. It's hard, man, because this stuff is sad. But the left, they're so absurd, man. It's just their worldview is so absurd, and everything that they're doing is so absurd. It's almost like a joke that keeps on giving. But this is real stuff, man. This is real, and they're sick people, and they're trying to disease the whole nation and the world, actually, and using America to do it. So, let them know, man. Let them know that the Trump didn't overstep his authority. It's the governors that are overstepping their authority. The press is overstepping their authority. These are people that are abusing their power. And Trump is saying, no, I'm the chief law enforcement officer of the United States, and I'm coming in and telling you that you're breaking the law. All right. So we want to get the country back to work. Stop using this as an excuse to wreck the economy, to try to use this against me. You're compromising the well-being of people to use this against me. Let folks know, man. Let folks know. All right. Blessings. Thank you for listening. And we'll talk soon. I want to be playing some rock and roll, man. I want to be doing this. Well, I kind of want to. I want to do my part to sell. So I want to play some rock and roll, man. And plus, I got a kung fu video that I'm supposed to be putting out right now. I'm gonna go do some kung fu. All right. Bye.